this topic at least once. And why not to join a cult? And if anything, join a religion. And I know sometimes religions are pretty bad, but you have to know where they stand, where you stand, and what your base is. Now I'm going to cover a little on cults first. A cult is a system of religious veneration and devotion directed towards a particular figure or object, pretty much stating that they're going to follow a person or an object. Now, I'm going to touch a little on some major cults. Now, this one is by far the craziest one, Heaven's Gate. The leader, Marshall Applewhite, believed that he had a vision to do with Revelation, and when the rapture came, he became an alien. Some of his followers decided to kill themselves because they believed they would not die, but they would be rescued by hidden aliens spacecraft. On March 26, 1997, Applewhite and 38 of his followers were found dead in the cult's rented mansion. And that would be Heaven's Gate. And then Order of Solar Temple, which is the top one, which was kind of founded on many other religions, but twisted in a way where the two leaders could make people follow them. Now, this religion's murder started in 1994 with the killing of an infant that they believed was the Antichrist. And in Sweden, Dimambro, one of the founders, had a Last Supper with 15 of his higher members, and they were all poisoned and they died. Now, including 30 others who have died by gunshot wounds, or smothering, 74 people died in that religion. Then there's the People's Temple, which most people have heard about, which is the one where James Jones had a home base in Jonestown, Guyana, and he had where they were communists, and he made people believe that they were trying to convert them into a different government title than communist, and he convinced them to drink Kool-Aid laced in poison, and some of them did not want to do it and they were forced to drink it, but luckily some of them escaped. And with that said, 918 died. And then we have the family, which is the Manson, which everyone should know that one, Charles Manson. And then here are some of his followers, their mugshots. And then the most noticeable killing they have are the ones on the bottom with Sharon Tate, who was pregnant. Sharon Tate, who was pregnant, and they killed her as well as 2 other people in the house, and then they went over to another house and killed these 2. In the first house, they had pig written on the wall with blood, and then in this house, they had war written in one of the victim's stomach. And the only way they found out about this, these 2 murders, was because some of the people in the Manson family, that's what they're called, Manson family was arrested on auto theft, and one of the ladies was bragging about how she killed them. So that's how they were discovered. And now you may wonder how our cults started up, and it starts off with a person or a group of people wanting to have followers, and they convince them to lose contact with their family, convince them that they're going to love them, convince them that they're going to be there for them, and they're going to have all these wonderful things. But they don't tell them that they may commit crimes, they may have physical or mental problems after. And it is said that children in cults are at high risk for abuse and neglect. So if you plan to have kids, you don't want your kids in that. And I'm telling you this because I know it's not easy to say that you're gonna not get into a cult, because it's easy to say you're not gonna get into a cult because no one wants to join a cult. At least I don't think they do. But it's better to be aware of what you're getting yourself into when you're in a group. And I'm telling you this now. But if you want, because there are some people who are wanting to be dependent on people, who want to be in a group, if anything, join a religion. And I'm saying this, a religion, I know there are some religions that are bad, but you have to be aware of what you believe in, what you stand for, what you want to do, and just what you believe is right. Now, there's Christianity, which believes in a loving God and Jesus Christ as the Son. Then there's Islam and Hindu, Buddhism. Buddhism isn't really a religion that believes in a God, but more on morals. So if you're not very religious, you can do that one. But now, religion is better if you know what you want. And in conclusion, if you want to be around a group of people and you want to just be in a loving environment, you can choose religion.